Hello there, welcome to Doga with me, Kimberly, and here's Belle Star joining at the moment until she runs away. So we'll see how long we've got her. And then we have Mookie snoring over on the couch as usual, so we may have to bring him into the game. So today what I'm going to do is show a few spinal movements. And again, the practice of Doga, it's a lot about really just connecting with your dog, taking that pause in your day to slow down and really say hello to your pup beyond feeding and walking. So I always like to begin with a little lavender oil. Lavender is like my signature scent with regard to tranquility. And let's see if Belle Star, would you like some? So Belle Star just had a dental, so she's got beautiful pearly white fangs. If they show, you'll get to see they are quite big, long teeth. And so she's feeling pretty good considering her pain meds and having gotten through the surgery on Friday. So with lavender oil, if you have anything like this nearby, hi sweet girl. If you have anything like this nearby, again, it's not so much to rub on your pet. I like to just let them smell it. As you see, she's quite a fan. And then for me or for you, I like to put it on, say, wrist or behind ears. It's also really nice to travel with. So if you have a little lavender oil, grab that. Last week I also showed peppermint oil, which they were also a fan of. Not quite as relaxing, it's more stimulating. So we'll begin with a few deep breaths. It's always nice to begin by getting centered. And a reminder, really all you need, I've got a yoga mat. If you don't have that, it's fine. You can sit on your couch, sit in a chair. I also like to have something to drink nearby, and then some sort of a prop, like this is a block, but you can also use a meditation cushion or a bolster or a blanket, anything that'll allow you to kind of elevate the hips and feel comfortable sitting. So we'll begin by taking a few deep breaths in and out of the nose. So big inhale through the nose. And then exhale through the nose. Right, Belle Star? Again, inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. So see if you can take 4 count breaths. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale and exhale. So you'll notice when we get stressed, the breath gets quite short and shallow. So these deep breaths allow us to really slow that nervous system down. And it can also be calming for your pups because you may notice when you get agitated, so do they. Mookie, who has so much anxiety, if we raise our voices because we're like laughing or playing, he gets quite upset. I'm looking over here because he's there snoring. And so it's interesting how they really do read energy. Of course, he misreads energy, but you know, still. So if you can allow yourself to do these calming motions, it will in turn hopefully have a positive effect on your pups. So after some deep breathing and then a little caressing, so I like to start from the top of the head all the way down towards right above the tail. Just gentle massages. And then what we're going to do is open the feet into a wide V. Of course, she's right on the microphone. So we're going to open up feet into a wide V. So you can come into whatever version of this feels comfortable. Your feet may be a lot closer or your feet may be much wider. All right, there's no right or wrong. Just see if you can sit up as tall as possible. And those of you who have just returned from travels over Labor Day, you may be feeling a bit stiff, particularly if you were in the car or in the plane in a confined space. So this can be nice just to really kind of work into those hips. So beginning here, flex those feet and then begin to move the torso into a circle. So moving over to the right, walking hands forward. Here's where you can say a little hello. And then over to the left. Belle's done with Doga. So let's bring Mookie in. We have to wake Mookie from the nap. Come here, Mooks. You ready for Doga? He's like, no, I'm ready to nap. I'm ready to nap. Hi, sweet baby boy. How's this? Do you want to see it? Yes. So then we just roll forward and then over to the left. Right, Moo Moo? And then you go back toward the center and then maybe reach those arms forward. What do you think? You see his anxiety? He's always like, this is just so traumatic. Mookie, it's just, I just woke you up from a nap. And then if you'd like, maybe reaching both those arms forward. So you may have a dog that will lay out for you. And sometimes he does. Here he goes. He's going down. And so if so, it can be nice because then you're leaning forward and you can really give nice little scratches. So he likes them under the arms, of course, under the ears. And he's like, good, I can go back and nap while you do Doga. And then again, coming back toward the center. And then if you'd like, maybe dropping one arm down. So again, I'm keeping in touch with him. I like to do little stretches of the legs. And then so you can drop one hand down, or you can even stay upright if this feels more comfortable. Otherwise, down onto the forearm. And then bring this upper arm up and over. So again, here, staying connected. I've got his paw. And I like to play with the toes a little bit. He's not a huge fan, but again, it just makes him more comfortable if we need to trim the nails or... And then inhale back up. And again, I'm going to walk those hands forward. So here's where we can give a little love. So you may have a big dog all splayed out. You may have to draw them in if they like to run away. And then again here, keeping those feet flexed. Sitting up tall, lifting through the chest, lengthening the spine. You can stay here for a few moments, actually even a few minutes. And some of you coming onto forearms is just not going to be possible, so you can just stay right here on your hands. And again, maybe just one hand so that you can stay connected with the pup. And then we move over to the other side. So you're going to drop a forearm down or maybe just a hand. And then bring this other arm up and over. And if you can, staying connected. Breathing here, opening through the right side of the body. Deep breath in and out of the nose. And then releasing down. We'll come back toward the center. Giving a little scratch. I like to do two opposing stretching. So lifting one arm if he'll let me, and then the opposite leg. Then just a little tiny bit of stretch, right? And then other side. He's not a huge fan of the arms being stretched. And then once more here. Yes. Good job, Mookie. And then other side. Nice. And then back to the center. So again, it's just a slight little tug. It's by no means a lot of pressure. But it's nice because just, you know how you probably feel the same in the morning when you get up and you do a nice little stretch. Same thing with him. All right, so coming back, you're going to bring those feet together. See if we can get the microphone cord out from under his toes. And then here, I'm going to come to a comfortable cross-legged seated position. So this is where you may use your block, right? So block would go underneath the sitting bones for a nice little elevation. Or you can sit just right here, cross-legged. So in case you can't see, because his body is in the way, I have one heel in front of the other. So from here, again, walking those hands forward, and this is going to get into those inner and outer hips also, which can be nice, particularly if you did a lot of travel or if you were quite sedentary over the holiday weekend, which hopefully you did get some nice relaxation, those of you who are stateside. So walking forward, and maybe if you'd like, and if you can, if your pup will allow, coming down onto forearms. I think he's back asleep. And again here, you can stay connected. Nice little scratch. He loves little scratches under his neck and arms. And then hands back toward the center. So from here, what we're going to do is a back bend. So bringing both arms back behind you. Fingertips turn in toward the body, press into the fingers and lift through the chest. So turning the gaze up toward the sky. Deep breathing, see if you can open through the heart center. And release. Nice. So then another little check-in. Hello. Then we're going to do, I know it. He's like, this is exhausting. We're going to do one more bit of a back bend. And this one's nice too. Those of you who are maybe at the office today or in a chair, seated in a chair, and you find yourself feeling quite kind of scrunched over during the day. So bring those arms behind the back. Interlace the hands. So again, here I'll turn to the side so that you can see, and then that way too I can get a little closer to Mookie. So you're going to bring those arms behind the back, interlace the hands, lift those arms up, maybe even squeezing palms together, and lift those arms as high as they can without feeling pain, but you want to feel a little sensation. So deep breathing here. And you'll notice too, it's like the breath can become a little harder because it's like there's so much tension with the lifting. It's a nice sensation to really open up through here. Nice. And then back to the center. And then if you need to, maybe some cat and cow. So this is with the spine back and forth, cat and cow. So this is the cow pose. This is the cat. So you can see like a Halloween cat. So just back and forth, and that can help to release if that was a bit much for your spine. Then we're going to come down onto our backs and do one more back bend. And then this one, I like to use a block. So if you have a block, again, wonderful. If not, no worries. I'll show you how to do it even without a block. Hey Mookie, are you done? Let's stay here. This is so fun. You love Doga. Let me turn. So I've got head to head. And then from here, kind of lying down flat. And you want to make sure that you can touch the heels with your fingertips. And then what we're going to do is lift those hips up. Again, you can stay connected to the pop. Lifting those hips up. Hi, Mookie. Yes. And then for me, since I've got this block, you can place it this way. I like to do it this way. And what that does is that supports the hips. Then I don't have to do a thing. And then my hands are free to check in with Mookie. So this is a really great pose for opening. We've done a lot of back bending today. So for opening up the chest and heart center, I'm going to keep those shoulders down. Now those of you who don't have a block, what you can do is bring your arms under your body, interlace your hands, and lift up. All right, so it just takes a little more work. That's why I like the block. Hey, Mook. He's so into this today. He's like, oh, I just get to lie here and do nothing. He loves Doga. So breathing here, you could stay here actually a few minutes. We're just going to be here for a few more breaths. And if you'd like to, you can come up onto your fingertips. You could even lift a leg up. You could even, remember last week how we worked with double pigeon? So we did ankle on knee. So same thing. You can do it here from bridge pose. So ankle onto knee, right? So you would just balance it out with both sides. So there's a few variations you can work with here. And again, if you don't have a block nearby, you may have something else that's nice and supportive. Even a fairly firm pillow will work. And again, it's just really nice because I don't have to support myself through here. This takes a lot of work. All right, so slowly releasing down. And then hug those knees into the chest and rock from side to side. And then here with those knees too, you can bring hands onto the knees and move those knees into circles. And then move those knees in the other direction. Hug them in, squeeze them, and then slide them out. And now it's Mookie's favorite time, which is Shavasana. So for Shavasana, if you have an eye pillow nearby, now an eye pillow is really just fabric filled with like flaxseed and lavender. It provides a little weight. You put that over your eyes or maybe even over your dog's eyes. And it helps to provide a little bit of pressure, but it also just drowns out anything else that you may be observing in your environment. But maybe you want to stay kind of turned toward your pup. So I'm actually going to turn onto my side so that I can stay facing him a little bit more. And then as you rest here, the idea with Shavasana is after you have done your yoga practice, and we did quite a few poses today, a lot of back bending, which is quite energizing, and it produces heat rather than a cooling practice. And so for that, it's nice to make sure you give yourself a little bit of rest after your practice. So you can close your eyes or keep them open, connecting to your pup, or have your eye pillow on. And just taking a few deep breaths here. Also see if you can relax the body. So notice what muscles you may be hugging in. Can you let them go, right? So I noticed even my foot was drawn up. Not necessary. What can I drop? What can I soften? And you can start with the toes and move on up into the legs, the hips. Are you gripping? Move on up into the torso, the belly, the lower back, the fingers and arms, the shoulders, facial muscles. We have a tendency to furrow our brow or draw the eyebrows in. Can you release that space? Soften the jaw. And you're welcome to stay here for 3, 5, 10 minutes. Again, just staying connected with your pup. And you see Mookie loves it. Shavasana is his favorite pose. And then as you're ready to transition out, begin to wiggle fingers and toes. Again, he doesn't do anything on command, so I'm helping him. And then you're going to roll over. Typically we roll to our right side, but since I've got him on my left, I'm just going to stay here and press up. And then we bring awareness to our breath once again. I like to take just a moment to regroup. So maybe eyes closed or again open, gazing at your pup, whatever resonates. And then bringing to mind an intention for your day. What would you like to take away from this practice? What would you like to take into the rest of your day? And there's a loving kindness practice that I wanted to share. And it's just repeating silently to yourself, may I be happy. May I be healthy. May I have ease of body and mind. May I be at peace. And then sending that out to maybe your pup or someone who you know who is struggling right now. Bringing them to mind. And then repeating to yourself silently, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you have ease of body and mind. May you be at peace. So thank you all so much for being here today with me, Mookie, and the cameo by Belle Star, who's now safely in her daddy's arms. So wishing you a phenomenal week ahead. Again, you can find all these videos at kimberlywilson.com/doga, and of course, this and many more at the Wolf Driver Facebook page. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a phenomenal week. See you next Tuesday at 10 a.m. Namaste.